Shangri. I think that after 6 full weeks of gathering, I can finally say that we have enough stores for this winter. Agatha was half leaning, half holding a broom while talking, reminding me of a Grant Wood painting. So we can go soon? I was so tired of gathering anything, but I knew I'd miss it horribly come midwinter. I think it's best that we leave tomorrow. It's a bit of a journey, and we'll need to bring some supplies and gear for camping. Agatha returned to sweeping the living room while rattling off instructions. Gather together herbs for tea and make sure they have a double purpose. We don't have room for a separate first aid kit. Yes, Agatha. Oh, and bag up some of that dried rabbit and quail, some root flour, and dried berries. Yes, I think that'll be enough from the kitchen. And be sure to pack up a sweater, a change of socks, and whatever you need to keep warm. It's cool where we're going. Where are we going, Agatha? She swept her arm toward me. Away, now get packing. Yes, Agatha. All of the supplies fit neatly in the bottom of my small rucksack, and the clothing and blankets crammed in on top. I was just stuffing the last of the blankets in when Agatha announced we were leaving. Hey, I thought we were going tomorrow. Do you want to go or what? Go, please. And just what were we supposed to sleep in after you packed up our blankets anyway? I looked at my pack sheepishly. Oh, right. I'm coming. I threw the pack over my back, clipped in, and ran out to the ledge ladder. Agatha was already up the ladder and yelling back down, Hurry up! We're losing light! The pack threw my balance off a bit, but 6 weeks of climbing the ladder made me a pro. Agatha was on the trail as soon as I stepped off the ladder. How does she do it? She's like 80, right? I heard that, she yelled back, laughing. Okay, Agatha, where are we going? We're headed toward a nice cliff shelter along a rocky path. It should do for tonight. Did you bring wood, starter, or flint? No. Do we need it? I'll go back and get it. Agatha laughed hard to herself. No need. I brought some flint. And look by that rock. There's some dried sticks and grass. Why don't you get those? Oh, thank goodness. I skillfully swooped up the tinder with the grace of someone used to gathering crops. I was a lean, mean gathering machine. Woohoo! Agatha glanced over her shoulder. No ego there. Oh, come on, Agatha. I'm just having fun. I love the feeling of anticipation. Agatha started to sing. The 6 sides of love can bring me ooh-ah. The man of stone in the valley above. The 6 sides of love, bringing up love to me to see from the valley above. I caught the next verse. La lula, luba luba love. Agatha couldn't stop laughing. We played around with songs for hours as we walked through streams and grassy stretches of rocky trail. Agatha, are we there yet? I think we're going to lose the light soon. Not to worry. It's coming up soon. Oh, actually, it's right there. Agatha pointed toward a bright light shining through a crack in the rock face. I thought we were sleeping on a ledge tonight. Oh, I was just playing around. No, we'll be in a much lovelier, softer spot. The crack in the wall was more like a huge opening hidden by shadow play. Secrets of the mountain, I guessed. Agatha looked at me, watching for my reaction. This is my secret hideaway. My jaw dropped. Agatha! Oh, gosh, this is fantastic. I followed her into another incredible mountain valley. There were waterfalls on 2 rock faces and apple orchards and berry bushes. Mountain goats could be seen moving on the far wall, and hawks overhead signified small game. I passed mint grass and more cress. The valley was similar to the one we'd been gathering in, but this one had so many more flowers. Agatha, are those sunflowers? She turned to look at me again with a big smile on her face. Yes, they are. Aren't they beautiful? I walked over to get a better look. The sunflowers were over 12 feet tall. Agatha, these are huge. Well, normal size if I lived in a hot climate, but here? Does it get that hot in this little valley? Where they're growing, it gets hot enough, but mostly it's the rich soil feeding them giant juice. She giggled at her own joke. Agatha, it looks like everything grows bigger here. Those apple trees are pretty far, and I can see the apples. Yep, you're right. It's paradise on steroids. Something about the water, I think. But you'll let me know after we've been here a while. I whipped around with excitement. Are we really staying here? Really? Agatha nodded. We sure are. We have a nice place to call home in the back corner over there. She pointed toward the far right corner of the valley. That's the crystal cave. Come on, there's not much sun left. It was a lot further than it looked. Again, Agatha showed me that age was not a factor in life. I jogged to keep up with her swift pace. We followed the main waterway. It was a brook, but quickly widened into a stream the closer we came to the waterfall. Up ahead in the stream, Agatha hopped onto a large flat stone that served as a bridge. The rock was white and clear with green mossy-colored cracks in it. Come on, my dear, don't dawdle. The sun will set in the valley soon. I hopped across the gorgeous bridge and caught up with Agatha. On the other side of the bridge was a well-laid stone path made of the same bright white stone the bridge was made from. Wildflowers grew on either side, providing a rainbow of colors along the way. I stopped to pick a few cornflowers and yellow daisies and gave thanks for the splendor of this walled garden we were in. Thank you, Spirit, for these lovely flowers and this experience, and for meeting my teacher, Agatha. I turned my attention back to jogging. Agatha was really far ahead, and I had to step it up. I broke into a full run. Oh, there you are. Agatha was waiting beside a stand of waist-high sunflowers. I was just giving thanks. I'm glad. This place deserves your thanks. It's a gift that few have seen. Agatha, did you make the stone path? Oh, no. That was here when I was brought to the crystal cave. But enough of that now. We're almost at the entrance. I stopped because we need to increase our vibration. For you, that means it's time to shine your light. Come and hold my hands so we can do this together. I walked over and took Agatha's hands in mine. Agatha, I've never tried this with anyone that didn't end in sex. She just smiled at me. Men have trouble running earth energy without thinking of sex. Of course, more and more are training themselves, but it seems that you have found only the untrained men so far. That will change soon. This is a good experience for you. Let me know how it is when your light no longer needs to feed someone else's. Now concentrate on your chakras and breathe. I closed my eyes and took a deep, clearing breath. I attached my grounding cord and brought in the white light of the new sacred earth, and then asked for the light of the galactic center to come in. I became a conduit. The lights passed each other through me. Gold shot out of my head, and a crisp light blue shot from my feet, my hands, and my pericardium. I took in some more breaths until a rhythm took me. In, gold. Out, blue. In, gold. Out, blue. The gold pulsed through like a drum at first. Then it seemed to yield to the bright blue of the stars. I could feel wind sweeping around me and chanced to glance at Agatha. A beautiful halo of sparkly golden light surrounded her. She was like the sun. I closed my eyes again and concentrated on what I saw in my mind's eye. The light was still flooding in rhythmically. In gold, out blue. In gold, out blue. In gold, out blue. Soon the mechanics of it all moved over to automatic, as it usually did in my meditations. Images flashed in my mind's eye of golden light splitting into rays. I raised a dreamy blue hand, and a dreamy gold hand came up to meet it. They touched, and the light took on a new form, merging and swirling in a vortex of blue, gold, and gold blue. The vortex picked up speed, and like a tornado, I could no longer distinguish it. It ran faster than light, at God's speed. Then the pulsating returned, but it fanned out sideways like an old vinyl record. I suddenly became aware of my breathing again. Out, in, out, in. I was struggling. The power of it all was a lot to handle. It was thrilling my body. With each breath, I was shaking. Ecstatic meditation was always hard for me to maintain. Then Agatha's voice piped in my head. Tell your body that you love it. Give yourself a psychic hug. Now. I did as I was told. I saw myself embraced and loved. Fingers from my psychic hand combed through me, straightening my light fibers, and the rippling stopped. For the first time in 2 decades, the shuddering thrill holding me from attaining a higher vibration ceased. I looked outward with my mind again, out at the valley and ahead to the mountain. A doorway shimmered near where we stood. Then I opened my eyes. Agatha released my hands, and we smiled at each other. She gave me a hug. Well done, my dear. I looked around. The colors I would see after meditating were always different. The light was a pink hue, and the greens of plants took on a new grass color. Shall we enter? Agatha motioned toward the crystal doorway now visible in our heightened state. When we got to the threshold, Agatha stopped. Let's just say some words of gratitude before we go in. I put my hands together reverently. Thank you, Spirit, for all that I am, for all that I have been gifted in this moment, and for this beautiful crystal cave. Agatha added, Great Mother Earth and beautiful mountain, we thank you for your kindness in letting us pass through your realms. Guard us on our journey of learning and teach us what we need to know. I followed Agatha through the portal and past the threshold into another realm. I thought we were already in paradise, but it was a paradise in the 3D world. This new paradise was ethereal. The pink light I saw after long meditations was the same light I saw here. It was not a cave, but a huge, lush valley mirroring the one we just left. Agatha took my hand. Hold on to me. We will keep our vibrations higher if we stay physically linked. Yes, Agatha. I could see floating orbs of light in the near distance. They seemed to be bobbing toward us. Agatha, what's that ball of light? Do you see it? Yes, just stand still and watch. The light bobbed closer and then elongated into a slender oval just above the ground. Though the light was very bright, it didn't hurt to look at it. Then it transformed. I could see the outline of a figure emerging, like a face pressed against a sheet. And then the glowing light form simply became a person. And the person spoke. Welcome to the Crystal Valley. We are all so glad you found your way here. It's been a long time, Agatha. Who have you brought with you? This is my new apprentice. She sought you out? She did. The light person looked at me again, but longer this time, as if they were studying me. What do you wish to learn from Agatha? I want to know more about crystals. I was taught that there was a world within every crystal, and I want to learn more. Who taught you this about crystals? I studied with a Pleiadian grandmother. The lighted person looked long at Agatha. A Pleiadian grandmother? Did you know this, Agatha? She did tell me, yes. Then the lighted being moved a bit closer to me. What is it that we can teach you that you cannot learn from the grandmothers? I looked down at my feet and wondered why I wished to study with Agatha. I have learned that crystals once powered the planet. I suspect that crystals power the water. I have experienced crystal healings, but I would like to gain physical knowledge. Several more orbs transformed before us until there were 6 in total. Even though they took on human form, they still had an etheric quality to them, almost like they were crystalline themselves. The first speaker turned to the others and had a quiet conversation. I looked over at Agatha for support. She shook her head with a "not now" disapproval, so I would return my attention back to the glowing figures. A short figure moved forward to address me. I am the water keeper of this valley. I am willing to teach you about the links between crystals and water. Another stepped forward. I am the keeper of knowledge in this valley. I will teach you about the ancient times when crystals ran our world. Another tall being moved forward to speak. The ancient knowledge cannot all be taught, but you are permitted to learn some of it. I am known as Rainbow. I will teach you about healing with crystals. Crystal knowledge is vast, but we can teach you some of what you wish to know. Thank you, Rainbow. I am so grateful. The longer they stood in form, the more they shimmered in colors of blue, violet, red, yellow, green. It was fantastic. I wish to know more about crystals than how to heal. I've heard that they once provided light in the dark places, that they were used in levitation to augment the energy, that they were used in telepathy and other forms of communicating. I suspect them to be petrified water because they seem to concentrate the powers of water. Rainbow looked at Agatha. They exchanged glances for a long while, like they were communicating something telepathically. It was a bit uncomfortable, and I shifted around on my feet until they turned to address me. I asked Agatha if she had taught you these concepts, but she claims she didn't. Where did you come across this knowledge? Rainbow asked. I thought for a minute and said, I find peace in deep meditation and chanting. Sometimes I'm gifted with a glimpse of the true planet, the sacred mother we live on, or the workings of energy. And some things I just intuit after reading about it. At home, I meditate by the ocean, and the water talks. Rainbow and Agatha returned to telepathic, but this time they closed their eyes. Then Agatha addressed me. We have asked the cave what to teach you. You're not some novice apprentice. Spirit has sent someone for us to truly train. Do you know your purpose in this life? I stood a little straighter. Yes, I am to shine my light and call people back to the garden. Rainbow gasped, but quickly composed herself. You are the one I've seen for many years. You are a singer. You can ripple out energy and shift it with thought. You are not an apprentice anymore, yet you still seek like an apprentice would. Why is that? You should be teaching. I took a deep breath. That's true. I am called a singer. I was told there were many singers in the world, so I am not special. My work, my affinity for crystals, sound, telepathy, energy, animals, nature, and the connection of it all moves me to keep seeking. I still have questions that need answers. So when I received the call to shine my light and call people back to the garden, I realized it simply meant to be myself. Shining my light is all I have. I have no other purpose in this life. I am no one special. I have not been called to teach yet. Rainbow stood silent for a moment, contemplating my answer. So, why are you here? I reassured her. I would like to learn more about crystals. I have used them for healing work, but I've read really, that they do more, like providing light or levitation. Crystals have been such a natural part of my life that I want to know more about them. Hearing this, Rainbow looked a little sheepish, if that was possible. She nodded her head at the familiarity of my answer. Yes, of course. As a singer, you will need to keep your energy very high when you work with those who are still in shadow. We will show you how to use crystals in a way that is effortless. Rainbow nodded at the group as they brought out a large crystal that was about a foot in diameter and 3 feet tall. It took several people to carry it. This is a mother crystal. She is attuned to nature. Stand closer to her and tell me what you feel. I followed Rainbow's instructions and moved to stand within a foot of the great crystal. It felt strong. There was a humming in my belly and throat, and then my whole body started vibrating. I stood there as long as I could and ran my energy out of my 7th chakra, like a fountain. Yes, that's it. Run her energy through you until you harmonize. She is one with the planet. Pull her energy through you and step away when you feel cleansed. I could barely hear Rainbow through the cleansing process. The crystal's sounds were loud in my head. It buzzed in rhythm with the planet's heartbeat. I matched it, loud and soft. Energy in and out. Breathe. I kept talking myself through it. The crystal put out more energy than I'd ever experienced, and it was a lot to take in. I started to shake on my right side, but that was normal. Your right side is trembling. Are you okay? Asked Agatha. Yes, was all I could get out. I was in the moment, inside time. My thoughts were fast. My mouth and words were slow. That's it, I confessed. I had reached my zenith. I stepped back 3 paces, a little wobbly. I opened my eyes, not realizing they were closed. I was sitting on the floor of the cave, with Agatha and Rainbow close by. Her eyes are opening, Agatha's voice. She seems alert, Rainbow's voice. I am here now. I see you. Your faces are concerned. I was just listening to the harmony of the crystal and the responses from the earth. Their beat was overwhelming. Rainbow took my hand. What did you see? I saw a planet that was lush with greenery and people working together, laughing, lots of laughing, and children playing. I thought I saw flowers dancing and birds bopping to the beat, but I guess the birds were flapping their wings to the beat of the planet. Yes, that's what I saw. Everything in harmony, in sync. The planet, our ever so sacred Mother Earth, is the seat of the goddess. She governs the physical, tangible world, except the world I saw was etheric. Everyone and everything was lighter, I mean. It was more transparent looking. The colors were so strong and rich. They were more on the vibrant side, strikingly beautiful, but not in a heavy, thick way. Rainbow sat back and smiled at what I had to say. I have seen that world before. I long for it, as do I, said Agatha. I nodded in agreement. I have also visited that world before. The visions of it are more and more frequent. This is the 3rd time I've seen it this year. Rainbow let out a little shriek and quickly covered her mouth with both hands, laughing. Really? It must be coming then, soon. I nodded. It's my dream for the planet, And I suspect it's also our mother's agenda and the other singers. I've also seen her aura, her beautiful white aura. She is so spectacular. She is a bright light in the dark of space, shadowed only by our sun. She's a mirror for us all. Agatha, the other crystal people, and Rainbow nodded with agreement. They knew the light was here and available from the source. I broke the silence. I imagine this is why the singers are being brought forth. We must call everyone we can back to the garden, back to the beat of the beauty of the mother planet, back to the synchronicity, and stop living in the illusion of separateness, the lie of dualism. And if you can see it, you can be it, said Agatha. Oh, I get it. What we see is the garden within. One of Rainbow's people stepped forward to speak. I am Cloud. You can see how this mother crystal connects anyone to the energies of the planet. But if I understand you, you are in need of a crystal that can augment your light so you can stay bright even in the darkest of places. Is that correct? Hi, Cloud. Yes, you're correct. The power of the light brings a wellspring of energy that is continuous. I never tire. But when I'm walking through the dark of the forest, I'm tied to a path that I dare not falter. So I guess it would be nice to have a sort of homing crystal that gets me back on track. But I also want to know more, Cloud. What tone makes crystals shine their own light? And do animals make these tones also? Does the ocean shine when a harmonizing tone rings through the water? Cloud belted out a laugh that cut through the seriousness of my questions. A white glow filled the cave and lit our faces. I looked around at the people, but it wasn't coming from anyone in particular. It was the walls. The cave itself was glowing. The floor, the ceiling, everywhere. What's happening, Cloud? He looked at me with a piercing stare. Harmony and a lightness of being in connection with sound will light a crystal's heart. But not every crystal was meant to be a light. Just like you, not every person has the same assignment. Try it now. Laugh from your heart while thinking about light. I closed my eyes to focus on the image of something funny and loving. I thought of the time when I saw a large group of sea lions surfing the waves for stylish backflips. I smiled till I chuckled until I laughed. I opened my eyes to see us standing in the sun, but we were still in the cave. Yes, you're doing it! Cloud was excited. Agatha and Rainbow were clapping and laughing. Cloud patted my arm, getting my attention. Let's all take a short rest now. It's been very exciting, don't you think? I nodded my head, unable to speak. I still have more to teach you, and it's important that you hear it with every fiber of your being. I nodded. Cloud's eyes reminded me of my aura. They were a gorgeous, transparent sky blue. The wide Saragosso Sea, I muttered. Cloud caught my reference. He flashed me a smile before he broke his attention to me. My eyes lingered on him a while longer, even though he had turned to speak with his people. Agatha called me over to her. We should eat. All of this spiritual work can get exhausting. And from that last comment by Cloud, you'll need your strength. We found a place to sit in the sun. It felt warm and refreshing after the coolness of the cave. My eyes started to droop. Oh, you're right, Agatha. I feel exhausted all of a sudden. Here, drink some of this tea. The flower's essences will invigorate you. We snacked on nut butter, crackers, and tea before leaning back to soak up some more sun. It wasn't long before Cloud called for everyone's attention. Okay, I think that's long enough. Let's come back together and finish for today. I swung around facing Agatha. Today? You mean we have another day with... Agatha interrupted. Yes, you'll be here until you've learned what you've asked to learn. Cloud began. The earth is full of crystals. These gems are a gift to humans. In the hands of a trained healer, they can affect the electromagnetics of the body, specifically every cell in the body. All crystals are in harmony with the rhythm of the planet. They are an extension of her. When you sing the songs of love and joy with a crystal, the crystal sings too. Those types of songs couple with the crystal energy and help us to stay in a higher vibration. This higher vibration is very healing. No illness or disease can break through. The light is so bright and harmonious that aging disappears. Do you understand what I'm trying to convey? I do. Crystals can augment healing. Their vibration is attuned with our Mother Earth. All is eternal in this attunement. It is everlasting. Cloud burst out laughing and crossed the space between us to hug me. Yes, you have it. He let me go and walked around in a few circles, pausing before the next lesson. Crystals can also speak with other crystals, much like we humans telepath one another. Every star being, every plant and animal, every planet and star are crystalline. Cloud turned to face me. While this will now sound like a logical conclusion to a hypothetical scientific statement, it is not. What I say next is old knowledge. I nodded, signaling my readiness. Crystals from our planet speak with the crystals on other planets. They are all in harmony with each other within our solar system, and our solar system is in harmony with our galaxy. As you can imagine, our galaxy is in harmony with other neighboring galaxies, which are in harmony with the universe. Lastly, our universe is in harmony with all other universes. I was stunned. My mouth waggled itself open. My eyebrows were squinched together. I was humbled and stricken by the beauty and the design of it all. Do you have that? I jumped. The question boomed in through my confusion and grounded me like a stake rammed into the earth. Yes, I do. I managed to close my mouth, but my eyebrows were still scrunched. I caught Cloud glancing over at Agatha. I do. I have it, I insisted. I put my hands on my hips and copied Cloud's circles, pacing for a short minute. I sucked in a deep breath, nodded, and relaxed my shoulders. I was just surprised at the greatness of it all. Truly, it is a lot to behold. Agatha stepped forward and touched my shoulder from behind. Would you like to take a short break? Thank you, Agatha. No, I'm all right now. I was lost for a minute. while it all swirled around in my mind, but I see it now. It's exponential to what I already knew about crystals, and the universe is like the ocean, crystalline in its own way. I just didn't realize that the energy that moves so easily through the ocean was a method of communication. I mean, it seems obvious now, but, well, I guess it's just another way of looking at things. I faced Cloud again, ready to learn. How do you mean? How is the universe like the ocean? Cloud asked. I smiled at the thought of the ocean and my many experiences at the beach and meditation. The ocean is liquid crystal. It easily heals. It transports thoughts, sounds, and vibration through it. I just didn't make the connection that the water is like being on a planet. Cloud nodded his head. Excellent! It is an analogy that works well for now. He walked forward and took each of my hands in his. I can feel your energy coming through your hands, clear and strong. You are a healer. It was a statement, not a question. We are all crystal beings. Imagine there's a crystal lying between your hands, augmenting the energy so it easily flows between us. I closed my eyes. No, keep your eyes open. It may be harder, but you should learn to do it. Okay. I looked into Cloud's eyes. They were so light in color that it was like a mandala. I couldn't look away, so I deepened my gaze. My hands began to heat, and then my forearms. I pulled in energy from the Mother Earth and sky and asked to shoot the energy through Cloud. Yes! Now imagine a large tube of golden light is traveling through you from the center of the Mother Earth and out of your hands. Yes, that was quick. So now everyone grab on and make a circle. Cloud released my right hand and squeezed my left hand a little harder. I grabbed the hand of the person next to me and closed my eyes briefly, shooting the energy around the circle of people. Pass it around, I said. One by one, the crystal people began to giggle. Cloud bent down and whispered in my ear. Now supercharge the light coming through the tube that is your hands. Imagine it like rocket fuel exploding through space at light speed. I grinned. I couldn't help it. Rocket fuel? Oh, woo! Oh, well, I can sure feel that. Comments and expletives followed the energy boost. Rocket fuel. Okay, everyone, let's take a quick break. Cloud took hold of my hands again. Now close your eyes and turn those jet lines around. Send that rocket fuel up your arms and into your heart. When you have that image, open your eyes and let that energy run for just a moment more. I took a deep breath and opened my eyes to see Cloud staring back at me. I took another deep breath and leaned forward, giving Cloud a big hug. Thank you. That was amazing. He embraced me for a while, then stroked my hair and kissed my forehead. I can teach you for as long as you can stay, but for now, let's take a break.